videos. Ready for action!
Hello!
Hello, everybody!
Hold on to your butts,
Hold on to your butts.
We've got
Mark Maxey's in. He was
Mark
commenting on Facebook today. Hello, hello, holding on to your butt. Yes.
Don't hold on to my butt. Hold on to
Hello
your
there.
butt, Phoenix. Hello, everybody. Welcome tonight. Thank you for joining us. I don't know if we're going to have any newer players coming along, because we did share this in a few other places against some newer communities. So
Maybe.
if you are new to this and you want to ask any questions, if it's not live and after fact, do stick them in the comments and we will try and get around to answer them as quickly as we can.
Answer them, sorry.
Yeah.
Not ignore them.
And if it's during the game, then just feel free to ask away. Hopefully, as always, the audio and the video is all working. And if it's not, shout, and we'll probably not be able to do anything about it, but you never know. You never know. Who else we got? We've got FR Black Sheep as well. Hello. And yeah, surround. Oh, I can never. I always go to say surround, but it's not sour round.
It's working. It's working.
It's alive.
Excellent, excellent.
We literally decided to do this live like at the last minute yesterday in the end, because we were like, what are we going to record? And we didn't really have anything to
Well, you
record.
say we decided it. I thought we decided it on Friday, and then you said,
maybe
are
we
we
did.
playing live on Monday tomorrow? I was like, yes, we are. You said we were. I just do what I'm told, basically.
Sit down, shut up, drink your tea.
I'm going to drink my tea. So, well, we thought I know a massive amount about it, but I thought we'd talk a little bit about the Copenhagen event that was at the weekend, which had some interesting decks and
Zach Matthews said, hello, Zach.
various things in it. And then I am playing the deck that came third in the
Of quite a shock warband.
Shock Warband, Shock deck. I will probably foul it up because I get the impression it's...
But my dice will be
Well,
shit, and it won't matter anyway.
Your dice will help. I get the impression that it's a deck that probably needs a bit of playing with.
Finessing.
If you'll excuse the expression.
Dip back now.
And...
Where do you go from there with that one?
Because this is one of the great things about this game, is that it's Iron Soul Condemners with Edge of the Knife, which is not a combination I ever would have considered. It's got Edge of the Knife and Blazing Assault, which I absolutely would have thought it would go with. John Grant had a power cut. So you weren't really that late, John. Don't worry, we hadn't noticed.
Oh, I nearly got it. There we go.
Oh, that's quite good.
There's headsman's in the house.
That's quite good that I didn't use any green on them. So I'm fascinated by it. It's Condemners, which nobody ever plays. It's got Annihilation, which everybody ever plays, and it's been paired with Edge of the Knife, which nobody ever plays.
Yeah.
So we'll see how. So thank you to, I think he's called Dan, the guy who came third.
Dan TDM.
He could be, but he's a bit of a stalwart. I've seen him. He's been at least. I think he came to Market Harbour at least once. We've met him at. He's one of the Thunderworld's crew.
Yep.
And I think he's a very, very good player. So probably, Dan, apologies if you ever end up watching this. Apologies for how I'm about to play with your dick. And I hope it doesn't hurt too much.
Whilst they say there's no wrong way, there is a wrong way. And I'm playing Headsmans. I've played a few games with them now. I'm quite confident with the fighters. It's just my dice that are going to shit all over me. I'm playing Countdown to Cataclysm and Blazing Assault. I've got like a deck for every combination of the ones you'd expect Blazing Assault to go with.
Okay.
So Blazing Assault and Pillage of Plunder, Cataclysm.
And what are you playing tonight?
So tonight is Cataclysm and BA. I haven't actually played this specific deck, but I've played elements of BA and stuff before, and I've played Headsman, so I should theoretically at least know something.
Yeah, I know very little. I will almost certainly forget these, although they are one shot, so they're slightly more likely. They're a bit more proactive than reactive, so I'm slightly more likely to remember them.
I think somebody pointed out there's the and you probably have it in your deck, there's the power card, which is like Scream of Hate or whatever, which does 2 wounds to a fighter and enables them to charge again. It's like, oh, that actually works quite well with the Edge of the Knife.
It does.
It probably wasn't intentional when GW built it that way, but it works quite nicely.
So that is in here. So yes, I noticed because Dan had commented on Critical Focus Channel's video about the event, and he said something like, I wanted to build a Scream deck. I'm not quite sure I would say the whole deck is built around that card, but it's interesting that it does at least. I mean, I found that card I'm very conservative in the way that I play, not in my voting intentions. I I
massive Tory.
and I hate the idea of giving 2 wounds to a fighter.
Yeah, same.
It's just like asking for trouble. But we'll see. We'll see.
We will see how we get on. So, let's show you the board, the state of things. So, you won the roll off and you placed the board like so, and you're still not really sure if you wanted to place it this way or not, but you have.
Looks all right now.
Yeah.
That decision is gone. I've forgotten it.
Yeah, that's already in the past.
Yeah.
We've got all the objectives set up. I nearly made a massive mistake because I put the scripter down here first, but then you very luckily put Tavian right there, which meant I can now condemn him.
So this is why I never win tournaments.
Well, same here, because I should have waited to put him on later, because I could have possibly put him forward a bit or put him over there.
Because I could have. Well, I suppose I could have put them here, and you would have been.
Well, I could have put him there then, because 1, 2, 3, 4. I could have got you then.
So you've got to be within 4 hexes.
5.
Okay, well, I couldn't really have got away with it.
Probably not.
No.
But I could have fucked myself up a lot more had I not been playing this warband probably or something like that. So we are set up. We will show you our cards, and then we're going to roll for the first round.
There they are. Look. Oh.
Oh, crap. Press the wrong button. Go on. Do you want to show first, Robberin?
Got him.
Now I should show the cards off. There we go. Sorry, do you want to show the first one again?
I will do it again.
Sorry.
There we go.
Hopefully that's good enough, but still, we are without an unpaid intern to do all of this.
Still haven't got somebody locked in the studio.
Yeah, to do all the overlays and stuff like that for us.
You almost need to turn the green screen off, don't you? And then it wouldn't work.
Well, it would, but it would just be a giant green screen behind.
Ah, green.
It would just look a little something.
You could almost read those cards. Excellent.
Something like that.
Yeah, that would.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, hopefully you read some of them.
and we're going to probably play some of them as well. So hopefully you'll
surprise. What I really want is a heads-up display.
Yeah,
that's what we really need.
Well, that's what we need the unpaid intern to do.
Yeah.
Drive the heads-up display for us. Because we did think at one point, and we're going completely off of track. We did think at one point about having like the cameras for the cards, but then you had to have all the cards laid out next to you, which nobody likes.
Shoulder cam.
Everyone wants. Oh yeah, we could just get
GoPros.
We've got get some of those meta glasses or whatever. Just be sitting there with these massive, great big goggles on, going.
They're the glasses that steal
all your data.
From authors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Enough of that. Try not to think about the outside world. We're going to play some Underworlds. So, just in case anybody's not aware with the ghosts, I've got 4 abilities. One is that if my sharpener's next to my big guy when he makes an attack, I can give him Grievous. I've got an ability which, if my target is flanked or surrounded, I can gain the ability for swords and hammers to both be successes.
What? That's surely.
I've got Eternal Duty, which is when my boss man kills somebody, I can bring one of my minions back once per game. And I've also got Discorporate, which is a action, and I can, instead of moving or charging or whatever, I can just move somebody to a other empty hex.
Also cheating. So my powers, my comparison, is shite. Punishing Blow from Brodus is quite handy. I can add an X attack dice where X is the round number. So it could be clutch.
Could be.
I kind of feel like I need to use it early though to actually get to use it.
Yep.
Etherically charged shield. These two have the two with the shields, which enables, again, they're all once per game, but that enables me to stop Pete from using weapon abilities. So if he's going to put on that nasty Grievous earlier, or a Cleave, I can stop him from using it. And then they've also both got an etherically charged Maul.
Darth
Maul, yes, which gives them it's a one hit thing, but it basically enables them to add a range.
One hit wonder.
So I can add +1 range, and they've all got range 1. So they're I'm really fascinated that because Dan plays third. He must be
really good.
Yeah, because
half-weighted dice.
I'm just looking here thinking, oh my god.
There's a little bit of me now that wants to get a couple of GoPros with a little headband. Just have that instead of this view here.
If you'd like to see that happen, then consider supporting us on Patreon.
And donate us.
Or you donate in the chat. Can't you do that?
You could. You could donate in the chat.
Yeah, I know you're all desperate to do that.
It's probably a great way to get really bad motion sickness. Just looking around left to right, left to right. Wouldn't even need the dice cam tray then. We'd just roll them on the board because you'd be able to see them. There you go.
Excellent.
Right, it's time for us to talk about rolling off. Roll off.
Roll off.
Rolly, rolly, rolly.
I got a hammer.
I also got a hammer. This is the only bit of the game that they didn't really think through. All right, can I? Thank you.
Sure, there.
A single. A double.
So you get a card.
Whee!
Oh.
It's a card for me. That's not the right one. That's objective. That's not the card I wanted.
So at what point do you...
We will try, I don't know if John Char's in the house, we will try and show the cards off when we score stuff.
Yeah.
But if not, maybe I'll try and do something after.
When do you do your condemning?
I do that at the start of my first action step.
Okay, so if I charged in, you'd definitely be able to do it.
Yes.
Did you get some new dice? No, Pete, he sticks with his dice.
Yes, I did.
Oh, did you?
I went in the box over there and stole some more out.
Oh, wow, okay. Okay.
Let's see how bloody nothing they do. Still going to roll soddle.
It's not... Anyway. I don't really know how the dice... They've been stored in here, though, Pete, so it's going to be the same.
Oh, God.
I'm tempted to let you go first, but that could be a total disaster.
I don't know.
No, I don't know either. I just feel like charging in and missing would be really bad.
True.
But then charging in and being killed, also quite bad.
Well, not charging in and getting killed.
Yeah, sorry, that, yeah.
That one too.
Yeah. Exactly that.
I don't know.
No, neither do I. So who's got shields here? None of you.
None of them. They all dodge.
Are they always dodge always?
Yep, dodge always.
Always dodge. Any cleave I've got is irrelevant.
Yeah. Wielder's got 2 dodge, and the Sharpener's got 2 dodge. The other two are 1 dodge, and they inspire to 2 dodge.
Okay, and they inspire by hitting...
damaging your the condemned person.
Fighter.
Yep.
Where did we get our playmat?
So we got our playmat. We got some high-def scans of the board, and we literally sent them to, I think it was like Game Mat EU or Urban Mats it might have been, and they do like a custom function on there where you can literally say, I want a board in these dimensions, here are the images for each side, and it was about 50 quid, I think, all in, including the postage, and it cost like a tenner just to have the stitching around the edge, but that really makes it much more hard wearing, so... It's not too difficult to do, and you can find scans online of the board, but you should make sure you have a copy as well. And you probably won't be able to use it at most events.
No. Okay, I'm
nice.
Sorry, Dan, if this is a mistake. I'm going to let Pete go first.
Oh, you've fallen into my trap. Righty. So, I will condemnificate Octavian, and for my first go, I'm going to charge with... the bearer of the bloche. I'm going to charge with Paul. Paul Bearer. And he's 2 hammers and he's 2 damage. And I'm going to play Twist the Knife.
Oh, mean.
So I'm going to play Twist the Knife.
Okay, so you've got Grievous.
Yes.
Well, I could use my etherically charged shield and stop you from doing that.
I'll still be doing 2 damage, but yes.
Yeah, 2 damage is less than 3 damage.
Yes, it is. This just in.
What do you inspire to?
2 dodge, and he gets Grievous on his attack.
Okay.
So he goes up to 3 damage, but that's about it.
I'm going to risk not doing that.
Okay. 2 hammers, double crit time. 1 crit.
A dodge.
Dodge.
That's 3 damage.
3 damage.
Whoa.
And not only that, but also I score the perfect cut.
Is that the deepest?
Scores immediately after a friendly fight a successful melee attack if no results in the target save was a success, which it wasn't. So I score that and I picked this one up. Didn't want that one.
That's Tavian, isn't it?
That was Tavian, yep. Bloke holding his hammer in the air. And I get a glory for the score.
Glory for the score.
It's not a bad start. But then a PSP. Oh, and that does inspire the bearer of the bloche.
Oh, yes.
Paul has inspired, so he's 2 dodge now.
Okie doke.
I feel like...
chicken tonight?
Like chicken tonight. Only a very small portion of the UK crowd are going to get that. As always, do ask any questions that you want. during the game about either this game, the game in general, what we're doing, what's going on, and we will try and answer as we go.
Power?
No, I said I passed.
Oh, sorry, did you?
And
what do I do?
CT7479 says green screen dice trays are nice touch. Thank you. It's our thing. So USP.
We used it for quite a long time, and then we stopped using it, and we brought it back
because frankly it was just a pain in the arse swapping between dice cam views and stuff.
Should I do that?
You should do that.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Sure.
But it is a pain having the green screen, because then you need something in front of the green screen because you've got the lights behind the green screen. It's all a massive pain in the backside.
You haven't got any range, have you? Oh, you've got
yes, the script has got a range of 3.
Okay.
Keltoy says, how quickly do you manage to paint a typical warband? Takes him forever. Takes me forever too.
Takes me quite a long time.
And Surround says, are we excited for Adepticon? Do we think we'll get any Underworlds announcements? I don't think it's on the thing.
Mention, was I? I'm going to play Sidestep.
Sidestep, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I pusp.
Okay. And then I pusp as well.
Pusp away. Pusp your life away.
Do we need to be showing all the cards we're playing?
No,
I think John. He's not here though, is he?
He's not at the minute.
Okay.
Tievs, hello Tievs. John Grant says he paints one a month. Yeah, do let us know in the comments. Feel free to answer each other's questions and respond to each other's stuff. Oh dear. Paul's in trouble. Uh-oh. Paul's in trouble.
There's 3 hammers.
Someone's come along, gonna burst his bubble.
1 hammer only.
Oh dear.
No crits, significantly.
You need them crits. 1 dodge. You can derve me. If thou wisheth. Yep.
I will push you.
Ew.
And I will score double team because I know it has to be successful. I won't score double team because it wasn't successful.
Oh dear.
I'll push you that way in that case.
Double team.
In the power step, I'm going to play Spiteful Traps. Begin enemy fighter with a health characteristic of 3 or more within 2 hexes of my leader and give them a move token.
Ooh.
So I'm going to give the bearer a move token.
Ooh. How rude. Okay. I'm going to put sharpened points on the wielder of the blade.
So that gives him cleave.
Glove.
Okay. Nothing for me.
And I'm going to play Illusory Fighter.
Oh, mean.
To move to there. Hello.
Hello.
I'm a ghost. I'm going to chop your blinking noggin off.
Oh dear.
Anything for you?
Nope.
Okay, so the score's still 1-0.
It's not going to be good.
And I've got none of my other stuff, so I don't know how good it's going to be.
Yeah, but you can just sit there now and just...
There is that.
Chop.
There is that. So I am going to sit there and chop. There's a
Okay.
move here, so would that be on him? No. Oh, I see. The move's on the other side.
Yeah.
But it wasn't nowhere near him. Right. Slippy's in. Hello, Slippy.
Hello, Slippy.
There's so much detail these days. Says sour round. I think I'm done. And I find, yeah. Quite often you just look at it and turn it around and you go, oh, I've missed all that.
Nurgle quite hard to paint.
And like Nico says, you don't need to paint all the details, but you immediately notice it if you haven't painted a detail. And
Nico is an exceptional painter. I don't know how he mindfully doesn't manage to do it because once you've seen it, I can't not paint them.
I'm a big proponent of
on the on the Nurgle.
Bloody maggots.
I found another one.
I found that I'd be halfway through painting something completely different. Like, it's another bloody maggot in there. I have to say, slap chopping has made my life so much better. I can get things done much quicker if I want to. Yeah, you don't need to technically. Right, so I'm having a go at your boss. 2 hammers. 2 hammers.
With cleave.
With cleave.
Nope.
Nothing.
2 damage.
You wish. 3 damage.
3 damage. Goodness me.
1 up.
This game isn't going to be asking very long, is it?
Don't score nothing though, which I'm sure you're incredibly upset by.
I'm terribly, terribly upset.
Yeah, I've got nothing to do now in the past. I'm trying to work out if I want to shove you, but I can't follow up if I shove you, so that's probably not a good idea. So
Okay.
no, I shan't.
All right, for my second, I'm going to charge with Tavian. And I will play Twist the Knife this time, which I forgot to do last time, which was convenient
Because
I then missed.
Which I was going to say, which you forgot about.
So it's 3 hammers, 2 damage with single assists.
Oh dear.
Hammer crit this time.
Oh dear. That does inspire you, doesn't it?
Does inspire Tavian, yeah.
Does it have to be? It's just if you roll a crit, it doesn't have to be successful.
Nope, just roll a crit.
Okay. A dodge. Just a dodge.
So hammer crit, so
2 damage?
yes, 2 damage. Oh, no, Twist the Knife, 3 damage.
Oh crap! Yeah.
3 damage. And I do score critical effort and double team this time because I have got support.
Just giving myself both those points.
Okay.
I'm on 3, Robin. What are you on? What are you playing at? So you're on 2.
Yeah.
I'm on 1.
So John, if you do watch, it's double team and
He's watching. He's just signed in.
Double team and critical effort scored on that.
Critical effort.
And picked up that one.
You're meant to pick up 2.
Oh yes, and that one. One of those is going to be easier to score than the others.
Are you driving me back?
Yes,
Large
into
counter.
the Stuggerherks.
I'm staggered.
And I'm going to put Brawler. I might as well put it on Tavian.
Okay.
So he can't be flanked or surrounded.
Yours. I've got nothing to do.
Okay, and I have nothing either.
Okay. So my third go. I'm going to shoot at Tavian with the Scriptor here. Shooting Tavian. So 3 swords.
Okay.
Oh.
I will roll. Oh, he's already inspired, so there's no need to roll.
Yes. Oh, I didn't see what I rolled. I think 2 of them were the same though, so I don't score Branching Fate.
Well, you do because you're the underdog. Oh,
no,
two
we
of them
have to
the
roll
same.
2 dice.
2 of them
yeah,
the
2
same.
of them are the same.
Sorry, yes. I completely, completely misheard what you misheard. Misunderstood what you said. Misunderstood. I'm gonna put accurate onto Brodus. I don't actually. It is your power step first, but if you've
Yeah, I've got nothing.
okay, I'll put accurate onto Brodus. Just like a reroll attack dice.
Yep.
After my third, Brodus is gonna. I just realised I pushed you, and now I can't.
You couldn't get him anyway because you moved 3.
No, but if he was here,
You couldn't got me.
on next go, I could.
I see.
I could, but one of them could have bashed you.
Yeah.
Okay, I will charge to.
And for that, I'm grateful. Although I would have then got a chance to attack you
Yes,
back.
exactly. You might have done horrible things to me, so it's probably better on
It
balance.
were.
Charge to there.
Having to go at pool.
Yeah. So it's 2 hammers with a re-roll, 2 damage, and I have got cleave, but I think that's irrelevant.
Yep.
2 double assists.
You got a reroll?
Oh yes, thank you. A crit. Oh, that inspires Brodus. Thank you for that.
Such a bastard. And I rolled absolutely nothing.
Okay, so that's 2 damage.
See, it doesn't matter what dice I use. 2 damage on pool.
And I will push you back. To there.
Okay.
And I will follow up to there.
Okay.
These big acrylic dice just moving everything with them. I don't mean dice. I mean tokens.
Yes. Righto. So, power step, you got anything?
No, I'm actually out of cards at this point.
My 4th go. Matt's on. Hello, Matt.
Oh, hello, Matt. Hello, John. Got a new
How
Matt.
does the game find space for the Condemners but get rid of the Storm side? Yeah. I think it's because they got rid of magic.
I think it's because Stormside. I do know the answer. It's basically because Stormsides weren't reprinted, whereas Condemners were. So people have bought them in the in the relatively recent past,
Yes.
rather than the ancient past, the before times, from before the Great Plague.
And I'm trying to work out whether I should make an attack for my 4th go or use my Discorporate to run away. So if I Discorporate, you don't get an attack.
I don't know.
But if I Discorporate, I don't get an attack.
You don't.
So I'm going to attack. I'm going to have a shoot at Tavian again.
Okay, you can.
With the Scriptor.
I'll go with the Scriptor.
Can't kill him because it's only 1 damage.
Okay. You know you've got more chance of hitting Iron Soul, don't you?
Yeah, but that won't inspire me.
I see, okay.
Whereas if I shoot you and I inspire, I'll be up to 2
Okay.
dice.
I can't be flanked or surrounded.
Oh, that's interesting. that does change
Avian can't
things.
be flanked or surrounded.
Okay, that does change things. I will go for your boss thing,
Okay.
and I'll play Cackling Court, which enables me to class hammers and swords as successes on this one. So it's 3 swords and or hammers and single assists. Okay, that's 1 of each.
That's
No,
a
double.
assist.
So crit and hammer.
So I can't stop that, but I will roll it because it will inspire if I do get a crit. Oh, it rolled off. So I got a shield, but I think
That's a damage.
1 damage. Oh, nearly
I'll
dead.
push you to there. And that does not inspire me because you're not the target, but that does score me Branching Fate.
Nicely done.
So I rolled 3 different dice and got 3 different results. I'll pick that one up. That's no good to me.
How many wounds has this person got left?
He's got 2.
Okay.
In the power step, I have nothing to play.
Okay. Me either.
Alright.
So for my 4th, I'll attack him with Brodus.
Well, that's bye-bye.
Yeah.
I'm saying that card is see-through. And what's 2.0 is crazy.
So it's 3 hammers, 2 damage with a reroll.
So
and
screwed.
Single assists.
So screwed.
Crit and 2 single assists.
So I can't stop it.
I think I will. Double crit will take the damage down, but I don't
It will.
believe us.
Oh, okay, well, fuck me then.
Yeah.
He's dead then. You get 2 glory. I can move my Cataclysm counter along 1. Probably should have used the ability to run away. What can you do, though? Not a lot, as it turns out. Not a lot. Right.
Imagine Dan's games were over quickly at this tournament.
Yeah.
Just looking at the state of the board.
Bam, bam, bam. All right, power step, you got anything?
No, I've got no cards.
No, same here. Well, I can't use any of the fuckers. So we're on to the end phase then. I went first, didn't I?
Yes.
So I've scored... Oh, do I want to do anything with this first? No. I score Fields of Blood.
Ooh, me too.
I'm going to get rid of Loaded for Bear.
Oh, I don't know. Loaded for Ben. It's a trap.
It's a trap. I'm going to put Desperate Rage onto the Sharpener of the Blade. Actually, he's right in punch in the face range. So I'm going to put it on the Scripture of the Sentence.
Okay.
So he's got a 2 hammer, 3 damage attack. I'm going to get rid of Utter Conviction. I'm going to keep... That's 1 glory as well. I'm going to get rid of Hounds of War as well, because that's 1 glory. And I'm going to draw 3 and 4.
Okay. What's Hounds of War?
That's the 2 fighters are... 2 or more enemy fighters are
okay.
slain or damaged, and one of those was slain in the previous round.
Could happen next turn.
Yeah, but it's only 1 glory, and I've probably
Yeah.
got other better end phase cards.
I just added Keep Chopping to my total.
So you're up to
6.
4.
6.
6.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot the 2 for the kill.
Yeah.
I forgot it was going that much worse for me than I realised.
I'll keep that one. And draw everything up. 2, well, not everything. 2 and 5.
Right. Right, so we'll show our cards off for round 2, and then we will roll off. These are my cards. There are many like them, but these are mine. All the way up. I'm not getting what I need when I need it. Go on then. Do your worst. Well, actually, show your cards off first.
Okay. And
Then do your worst.
Do my worst.
Yeah. Oh, and I get to move my Cataclysm counter up 5.
Oh, yes. Does anybody actually see those?
Do I want to do that? Let me just check one of these cards I've got. I'm going to keep it in the 1 range, I realise, which is only 1 back. Yeah, Matt, we don't hate Mollog in this version. He's just okay. This is going to go badly wrong. All right, so it's time to roll. Roll. And we're doing a lot of rolls and we're not really explaining it because we're assuming everyone knows it. But
Rolling off. Hammer.
so not a single enough
You
one.
are the underdog.
1 crit. So you get to pick a card up, and I will definitely be going first on this one. He bonks with friends now. Ooh. Yes, this is not very good. Very bad, very bad. Right, I will go first, and I will pick Tavian again as the...
Tavian.
Yeah.
As
the
your
blokey of the thing. Yeah, as the condemned narrated.
Okay. Funny, really, because they are the condemners. No, you're condemned. No, you're condemned.
No, I think you'll find you're condemned. No, I think you'll find you are. I'm going to charge with the script.
So he's just got a...
he's got the Desperate Rage.
Okay.
So it's 2 hammers and 3 damage.
Okay. Oh, he's got the Desperate Rage. Okay.
Yeah. A hammer.
Okay. They're not different.
I feel like this is going to miss.
A shield.
I hate you. It's like the other game. I'm going to push you back to there.
Okay.
I assume I can push you.
No. Friendly fighters with no move and or charge tokens cannot be driven back.
I'm going to play... Shields up to give...
The Condemner hits you with the naughty list. Well, the scripter has got the naughty list, yeah. So he's I'm going
to play Shields up to put a guard token onto him.
Okay.
So, 2 dodges and or shields.
I think I might have to do something different now.
Rob Bridgewater's in. Hello, Rob. Yeah, though.
So the scripter has 4 wounds.
He's got 3 now because he takes a wound from that ineffectual attack.
Okay.
That was even better. Even more fantastic.
That's not what you wanted. Right. Okay.
My contender just has a long receipt from CVS. Hopefully we're not missing any questions, but has anyone found a way to make black powder work? Yeah, you don't take him and you take someone else and he's fantastic. Black powder does seem to be one of those ones that's just crap, but then I suck with every warband, so I don't know what to tell you really.
When this fighter attacks. Okay. I'm going to put mobbed onto Brodus.
So
that means when he attacks, if the target is in 3 hexes of other friendly fighters, the target is flanked and surrounded. Ooh, dropped a card.
He's won a tourney. Who's won a tourney, Slippy? Mollog. Is that whom you refer to?
Okay, so I'm to 4 there. And I think that's all I'm going to do.
I've got nothing. Looking at my cards and I've got no hope, so I don't know why I keep looking at them. Black powder has. No, Pete's never won a tournament. No, I haven't. Never will. Missed Slippy's comment. I'm condemned and so is my wife.
Okay, so for my first, I'm going to attack. I'm going to use... Oh, I can't. Hang on a minute.
Brodus is the only one who can't use his special...
Yeah, can't use a special thing. Do I want to put mobbed on somebody else? The only problem with using mobbed on somebody else is that nearly everybody else is quite close to being dead.
I'm leaving.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my problem. I feel like if I'd have concentrated fire onto Tavian, maybe he'd be dead by now, but I couldn't get an attack off on anyone other than Iron.
I'm going to give Tavian great strength.
Oh, Jesus. 3 hammers, 3 damage.
Yeah.
Mollog versus Kane and match next, says Sauron.
3 hammers, 3 damage. Okay. And yeah, then I'm going to attack with him.
Yeah.
And then I will use opportunity strikes to give an extra dice.
4 hammers, 3 damage.
Yes.
Goodbye, Scriptor. Goodbye, son. Goodbye, Scriptor. You're just going to get done.
A hammer and a crit. I won't follow up.
No?
No.
No? Okay.
And I've scored get stuck in as well because you're in enemy territory.
Right.
And I'll put Great Fortitude onto Brodus. I think I could do that. Yes, I've got 8. Yes, yes, I will do that. I'm on to 8, aren't I?
You're up to 8. I'm going to play Keen Eye onto
what did I get?
the
How many glory did I get? Did I get 1 for the kill? 1 for the kill. Okay. You've done what?
I'm going to put Keen Eye onto
fair enough.
Big Lad. Anything for you?
Oh, I needed you card. Your objective. Right, interesting. Nothing for me.
And I'm going to play Lure of Battle.
Or suck him over.
Black Powder 1 opposed or BARF.
Currently flanked and surrounded. I'm surrounded. I might do something. Hang on. So if I've completely forgotten what the flanking rules are.
You have to have someone next to the target.
Okay.
Or next to the person attacking you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Ghosts are getting done hard sail round.
I'm going to play Commanding Stride. There. Hope you haven't got scything.
Doesn't matter if I did. I always miss with scything.
No, true. Mind you, you're on guard, aren't you? So actually, maybe I don't want to do that.
I don't know.
Because if you kill me, then you'll then have to charge. So I'm not going to do that.
Okay, pick the card back up.
Oh, yeah.
Right. This is my second go then.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 2 hammers on Tavian with the Big Lad, with a reroll because a Keen Eye and sharpen points, so I've got Cleave. That's a crit and a hammer.
So double crit needed. Are we ready?
Double crit needed. Well, I'm going to put it on this for you now.
There's a free sign of excitement.
Just a double crit.
Oh!
That wasn't even funny. That wasn't even funny. So he's dead. Is that 2 glory?
2 glory, yeah.
Okay, and I get 2 cards because he was the condemnerated.
He was.
Pick those up. Tell you what, I saw that crit and I was like, you what? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. A power step. So what damage are you guys pointing out? Is it mostly 2 or 3?
Yeah, because you've killed Tavian who had great strength on him. So
okay. I'm going to put.
Brodus does 3 because he has got Grievous built in.
Okay. So even if I put Great Fortitude on me, I'm still not out of the woods.
No, but he has also got Cleave. No, he hasn't. That's a lie.
I mean, if he had Cleave, I wouldn't care. Oh no, because
he has got. Sorry, no, he's got Grievous. He's got Grievous, not Cleave. I always the slice through the skull.
Yeah,
is too much. It's too like Cleave.
I think it's because oddly you see Grievous more than you see Cleave.
Yeah.
So you don't see the Cleave symbol as much. I hate this. I'm going to put Great Fortitude onto the Wielder of the Blade.
Okay.
So you do have to get your Grievous hit
Yeah.
to work, and I don't out crit you.
Yeah.
And then I will survive. I suspect I won't. So
survive.
We'll see what happens.
But you've got. See, it's really tricky. Sure, you don't agree.
No, I don't. Oh, and he is now inspired because I attacked Tavian, who was the
so Sharma has got 2
condemnerated.
dodge.
Yeah, he's only 2 wounds though. Oh, and I can bring someone back because I killed someone.
Ah. Well, that makes a difference. Well, it might make a
Does
difference.
it though?
Might make a difference.
Well, if I don't bring the scripter back, I can't inspire the sharpener. The sharpness shit. So I'm going to bring Paul back.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I forgot about that. Eternal duty.
That's pretty good.
And I picked up Great Fortitude, so that was potentially a little bit clutch, but possibly
And he just
not.
comes back. He doesn't come back on 1 wound or anything, does he?
No, he has got a raise counter, and he obviously doesn't count for any glory
No.
now. So killing him is not worth anything.
Yeah. Use. Okay. All right, Em.
I think John Char is getting a little pre-excited, saying I'm making a comeback.
So for my second turn.
Oh yeah, he does come back uninspired. That is a good
my
point.
second turn, I'm going to try and flatten the wielder.
Yeah.
With Iron Soul. 3 hammers. A hammer crit.
You and your fucking hammer crits. A shield and something doesn't matter, so he's dead. You get glory for that.
Having spider.
Can't reach me dice.
I get glory.
Yeah. That's what happens when you kill people.
Yeah. No need to be rude.
I am allowed to be bitter.
This deck came 3rd at the Copenhagen tournament. It's a good deck.
I don't give a shit. I just want to stop fucking losing. Anything in the power step for you?
No.
I'm going to play Commanding Strides.
Oh, hello.
There we go. To there.
Okay. I'm going to play Commanding Strong.
Oh, I forgot you had that. Fuck, that was stupid. What a stupid fucking idea.
1, 2 to there.
Oh, that was fucking stupid of me, wasn't it? Right. Righty-ho, then. My third go. I'm going to charge Brodus.
Brodus.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll charge onto there with Bloders. So he's just 2 hammers and 2 damage. 2 hammers.
Okay, I need a crit. Oops, even that won't work. A shield, so
2 damage.
2 damage.
And I will knock you back.
Okay.
Which does, I think, keep my Lord and Saviour safe. For a little while.
2 damage.
Yep. Brodus, bye-bye. But in the power step I got nothing and I didn't score anything. Because I've only...
He's got 3 wounds left, hasn't he?
Who?
Him.
Yeah. The wielder has 3 wounds left, and the
4 wounds left.
bearer of the block has 4, and he's on guard still because I
Yeah.
didn't do anything with him in the end. You're here for Weird Sounds Hour. Anyone wondering, that's Robin doing a think.
Indeed. Did you push him?
Yes.
Because you can't, because he's not got a charge tank.
Piss. Fucking stupid rule. Oh well. Anyway, it was
Okay.
nice. Nice while it lasted.
I put keen eye on him.
Mean eye with a keen eye. Yeah, I've got nothing.
Okay.
Go on, kill me. Get over with.
I can't kill you because I'm only doing 3 damage.
I've only got 3 wounds. Oh, you're attacking Paul Bear Eye.
Oh yeah, he's got 3. Yeah, 3. But yeah, but I can't.
No, don't let me ruin your thought process. You keep doing what you can do. It's the right move.
Yeah, I'm going to do this.
You're attacking Paul.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm only on 1 dodge, so I'm
4
proper fucked.
4 hammers with a reroll.
4 hammers.
And
Bloody
you're flanked
silly.
and surrounded because of mob.
So swords basically is what you don't want. 2 crits here. I'm getting just 1 crit, but 3 successes.
3 successes.
So 3 damage.
Yes.
Are you pushing him away? I think you dropped a dice.
I think I did. Yes. Yes.
Makes sense. Stops me scoring. Shocking assault.
Don't know where that dice went.
Oh well. Power step, you got anything?
Was that my third or my second?
That was your third.
Third, okay. Power step, no, I'm out of cards now.
That's a shame, isn't it? Solid, then I'll charge with the big lad.
Okay, who are you attacking?
What can possibly go wrong? The game's nearly over anyway. I might as well go for... I can kill either of you, but Bodus is only on 1 shield.
Yeah, how much damage are you doing?
4.
Oh, well, yeah, you can then. You can kill him.
So I will go for Bodus.
Okay.
So I've got 3 dice because I've got Keen Eye. And I've got Sharpen Points, and I haven't got a reroll.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, it's limited.
So it's pretty good then.
Yeah.
Chances are pretty good.
Is that good enough for you, Lippy? Hopefully you can still see the board and everything.
I have got single supports. Single supports.
Yeah, you ain't got shields.
No, yeah, I haven't got a shield, but single supports could be relevant.
1 crit.
Oh, a double support! It's not enough. Brodus.
That
no. 2, yes. 4 damage in 1 go. Did I just make a mistake there?
Zoom out walks. Shut up, Matt. Right. Great, but also probably a little too late. And I've got nothing in the power step.
Okay. Have you got? You haven't got. You have got 1. Yeah, that was your 4th, wasn't it?
That was my 3rd.
Did I go first?
No, I went first because I won the roll. So you must have a 3rd go now.
Are you sure?
No, yeah, that was my 4th. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Probably. You can only raise once, unfortunately.
Use this immediately after you put Vixen attack.
Unfortunately, you can only use raise once, which is a shame. Yeah, I think Boo also. So I could really do with some more Bloody Ghost right now. Sorry, people hearing me gulp tea. I
I
apologise.
don't think it makes much difference. I should just attack. Trying to think whether I move 1 away. Actually, it does make a difference. I'm going to charge 1, 2, 3 to there. And then I'm going to use the etherically charged maul to add a range.
Yep.
It's 3 hammers. I've got cleave, but that doesn't make any difference, does it?
Yep.
A crit and a hammer.
How many times are you going to roll crit fucking hammer, you bastard?
Quite a lot.
Soddle.
So it's 2.
Oh, he's not quite
No, he's
dead
not
yet.
dead, yeah.
Are you pushing me back?
Yeah.
I should not ask that. I should, because if I didn't ask it, you'd forget, and then I'd feel bad that I scored the card anyway. But at least I would have scored it.
Yeah.
Right, end phase then. I went first, so I've scored Wreckers.
Okay.
Because I'm going to put the counter up them. I might as well put up the maximum actually.
What does Wreckers do?
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put up 40
So
which is
don't
number
to
of
3.
damaged or slain enemy fighters is greater than the Cataclysm value for 2.
What's the cataclysm value?
2.
And how many have you killed?
It's damaged or slain enemy fighters.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was slain. Okay, fair enough. I'll let you off.
I've scored that one. Weckers. Going to get rid of Shocking Assault because I can't score that for shit. What have I got? So I've got 2 more glory here. I'm going to put Great Strength onto the pool, and I'm going to put Accurate on pool as well.
Wow.
Can I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, so I've got 9. I'm going to keep my last card, so I'm going to draw 2 objectives and 5 power cards. I might regret getting rid of Shocking Assault, I suppose, but I don't know. Who knows?
I've scored risky position because I've got a tempered fighter in enemy territory, and I'm going to score Triad of the Tempered because everybody's tempered. That was why I attacked
4.
him
Yeah.
and not him, which possibly was a mistake. But
You're up to 13, so maybe it's not a big mistake.
I'm going to keep that one. Draw these 2.
Gore Chosen, I think, are still
1,
quite
2,
good in
3,
Embergard,
4, 5.
Rob.
Yeah, I think they are.
They got a bit nerfed, but I think they deserved it, and they're still pretty solid. Yeah, sorry, Nico, I didn't forget my Cataclysm. I did move it up. I'm at the end of 2 now. Okay, we'll show you our cards. We'll go for the last round. So I've got this one. I'm not going to say that every time. Right, show yours off, Robin. Don't forget your cat counter. Right, it's time for what I think is possibly a very important roll-off.
Yeah, very short round, I think. This one.
Yeah. Here we bloody well go then. I am still the Undog 9-13. A hammer, so you need a sword or a crit. Oh dear. So I'm going to go first.
Okay. Charge.
Yeah, so you get a card.
Oh, yeah.
Might be useful, you never know. Now this comically... Oh fuck it, let's get on with this shit. Let's just do it, shall we? I could kill you with either of them. I'm going to charge my boss first.
Okay.
1, 2. Yeah, 3 dice. I've got cleave. Let's see what goes on. 3 hammers. A crit and a hammer. Do you need 2 successes?
Oh, there it is!
I'm not taking it anymore! Son of a bitch! Fucking hell!
Don't! He's threatening me. Which is probably fair enough, actually. I can only apologise.
Right. He's such a bastard. What a bastard.
That's fair enough.
Right. I forgot to play Determined Effort. That's not going to haunt me. Okay. I am going to play Healing Potion
Oh.
on me boss bloke. And if I
could
get
get
a
2.
shield, then yeah. Let me get back onto the board. No one wants to see me just sitting here looking bitter. By the way, if any of you need like a low sodium diet, there's a lot of salt coming, so you're gonna maybe want to watch later. Anyway, there's my low sodium joke out of the way. So shield will get me another health back. No, so just the one, so I can still be killed because I've only got 2 wounds left. Over to you.
Okay, I just need to... So,
You've won.
yeah, okay, fair enough. Duelist, right?
Yeah.
At what point? Okay, I'm gonna, because I need to rules clarification. I've got aggressive defender, okay, and I've got duelist. So I'm gonna put duelist onto Iron Soul.
Well, this is immediately after a friendly fighter's attack.
Yeah,
And duelist is immediately after this fighter has attacked. So
if presumably if I charge round to here onto the objective, I can then score that, but then use duelist to push off.
I think,
Or can I move there and then use duelist to push on and score it? I don't know which way around it is. Or can you do neither? Do you have to just stay there? What do we think, people?
What do people think? Everyone's like, we're not listening to you, bunch of twats. We've already tuned out ages ago. I know you can't use aggressive... I believe when we were at the tournament, we were talking to Nick about it, and it was ruled that you couldn't... No, it wasn't ruled. It was questionable whether you could score aggressive defender by using sidestep.
Yeah, you can't, because that's in the power step.
Yeah.
You can use it if you follow up. Actually, I think we had this discussion. You can use it if you crit and move on to it. Like, so if you were on it, then you can score.
Because I think it has to be after the whole action, which is pushing and stuff.
If I push you but don't get a crit, you can't use it to then stand on it and score it.
So I think you could charge onto the objective, hit me and score aggressive defender, and then use duelist afterwards to sidestep away.
On the treasure token to score that. But can you then move off? So I use duelist to move off. Because what I want to do, what I ideally want to do is just move around to there, so that you don't get supports next turn.
I'll be dead.
Well, no, because you've got two fighters.
Oh, I
can't
see.
Kill both of you. Although I've just realised I've got hidden aid, which means he can't be flanked, so I'll just do that.
Okay. No, hidden aid isn't he can't be flanked.
Anyway, no, you are. No, you are flanked. Sorry, yes, okay. So, what do we think, people?
I feel like you can charge onto it, attack me, score aggressive defender, and then use duelist afterwards to then sidestep off.
Well, I should probably do that then. So,
you can't attack off the token, then push onto it to score aggressive defender. Okay. Yeah, so I think, but can you attack, score aggressive defender, and then use duelist afterwards? I feel like you can.
If one of them ought to be true, because one of them.
Duelist doesn't say after the attack; it says immediately after this fighter has attacked.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is shit.
So after the attack, I've done that, and then immediately afterwards, I push off. Is that? I don't know.
I don't
attack off the token, then push onto it and score.
Yeah, that's what you just said.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna.
I don't think it matters, to be honest. It's a question whether you're going to beat me by 17 or 19.
Determined effort. Well, no, because you could kill me.
We've seen my dice so far.
I'm going to play determined effort. So it's four dice.
Who are you attacking? The bearer.
Yeah. No, the one I can get glory for.
The wielder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you
what's Sauron saying? So after the attack roll, it's annoying because duelist doesn't actually give you a specific point in time.
Just 2 hammers.
3 hammers because I'm
flanked as well.
Flanked. So 3 successes. So I need a
crit.
I need a crit.
You won't die.
Oh, I won't roll a crit. So not a single success. So he's dead. You get 3 glory for that one. And you're going to sidestep off, or are you just staying there?
And I might as well just stay there now.
Yeah, it doesn't really make much odds, to be honest. I do score 2 close for comfort off of that one.
I've scored aggressive defender.
I scored 2 close for that.
Okay. 2 close for that.
2 close. Fucking hell, what have I done with my glory now? I should be on 10. And you should be on 14, I think. No. You should be on 17.
I've got 17, yeah.
It's largely moo now, to be honest. Rob Max says, Jesus, Pete. Yeah, fuck my dice. Fuck my dice.
Or my dice, really.
Fuck all the dice. I pick up the
You're
objective.
just going to throw more dice on the floor. This is what you don't treat yours badly enough. That's the. For those wondering, the dice on the floor was a crit.
Of course it was.
Nope. Sorry, I've just moved the board.
I'm going to play improvised attack on you.
Ah, that will kill me.
It won't.
Right. Is that 2 or 3? 2.
1 hammer.
Nothing. Big fat nothing. It does kill me.
Are you fucking kidding?
It does kill me.
That is ridiculous. Stupid end to a stupid game. Is that 3 glory?
3, yeah. Yeah.
Stupid game.
Stupid game.
Means I can't score get stuck in now. Okay. In the power step, I mean, I haven't got anything used for that. So that was my second go, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing in the power step.
Okay, I've got nothing. So I will, for my second, just dump those 3 power cards and draw these 3 power cards.
Objectives.
Yeah, objectives.
You get to pick up a power card as well. Slippy says no, that was power step. Oh yeah, no, sorry, that was power step. So that's not my second go.
Oh yeah.
So on my second go.
Okay. Well, all right. I'm still going to do that.
On my second go, I'm going to get rid of Get Stuck In. I'm going to get rid of Duelist, Hidden Aid and Determined Effort because they're all useless to me now. I'll draw 4 power cards and an objective.
Actually, to be honest, I might as well have got rid of all of my power cards as well because they were no use to me. So I'll do that and pick up those 2.
Don't score that.
Nope.
I might as well use
I'm
Sidestep.
going to say, I assume you're going to stand on the
To
objective.
jump onto there, but that's Sidestep in the Power Step of my second
Okay.
turn. So your third go, you're just drawing more cards again?
Well, I can just draw all of mine at the end of my second because I don't need my power cards. But actually, I have got nothing else to do. So unless you've got anything else to do,
I can score those 2. I can't score Keep Chopping, so I'll get rid of that and draw my last 2 cards. Ha! Yeah, fuck you. Fucking cards. Right. End of the game then. What's the score?
Bearer was
13 to play
flanked.
17. Paul Bearer was
this fighter are flanked. Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot. Yes, that's a good point because
oh fuck it. I think you've won
don't worry,
anyway. So
because I was thinking it's only on attacks because it's not.
No.
I did roll a single assist, didn't I? But didn't you get? Oh yeah, no, you only got one attack. No, you only got 1 success, didn't you?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you got 1 success
Should
as well.
Pete also rolled 3 hammers. No, he only put it up to 2.
Yeah, because I wanted to score.
So I did get it was a success, but probably you'd have
At the end, that's going to go up to somewhere in the
Probably you'd have
3s, but it doesn't matter.
next turn with your 2 dice attack, maybe.
No. No, I wouldn't. Oh, well, fuck it. What do you score at the end?
Calm Before the Storm,
What's
because there's any damaged fighters, and those fighters are not adjacent.
How much's that?
Calm Before 2. Can't score this in
So you're on
there are any
19.
damaged fighters, and those fighters are not adjacent, yeah.
So you're on 19. I've scored Spread Havoc for 2, which takes me up to 15, and Annihilation for 5. But kind of a bit questionable there. I had Annihilation at the start of the round.
Right.
I don't know whether I would have then got through to be able to score the
Did
other
you win?
ones
Brilliant.
by 1.
Yeah.
Rob already congratulated you. Thanks, Rob. Thanks. Means a lot.
Okay.
But yeah.
But would you have, if you'd have dodged that, would you have then killed me in your next turn?
Well, my second go,
hammers.
I would have attacked you,
Yeah.
but then I had upgrades I could have put on to improve that attack,
Yeah.
and I would have charged around to here because then I could have possibly
Other
scored.
things as well, yeah. Fair enough.
Well, I would have scored Keep Chopping, and I would have scored Get Stuck In because I would have charged. No, I wouldn't have scored Get Stuck In. So I don't know. Fuck it, stupid game.
There we go. So we won after all that salt.
I don't think I did win though because
You did,
you
'cause
rolled
you-
that single.
Yeah, but you would have killed me, like you say. You would have scored more.
Well, I would have rolled 3 hammers. 3 hammers.
The whole thing is completely
I rolled 2 hammers, and I've got accurate, so I can re-roll one of them.
okay.
3 hammers.
Yeah.
All right.
So there we are.
I would have
You'd
killed you. I would have killed you, and I would have scored something else instead of something else. So, no one runs Annihilation, said Rob. Well, actually, and this is what we can start talking about now. Really, that segues very nicely into.
Because you didn't see, Rob. I threw away Annihilation because I had it at the end too. So if I had survived and got another attack off, I might have scored it. In fact, the difference for you was you brought 1 fighter back, so I had to kill an extra fighter because I did kill all your fighters.
Yep.
But you brought one of them back, so I'd have scored it.
Yes. Yeah.
If you didn't have that power.
Yeah, but I mean.
No, I'm just saying it's 2 powerful warbands on the.
It does come down to the dice, I think, quite a bit when it's this kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, my dice again. Well, they were pretty good.
No, they were pretty fucking good.
They were good because it just kept giving
Double crit.
right?
Double crit.
Well, I know I got the double crit.
It wasn't just that you got a double crit. It was the one time where only a double crit would have saved you.
No, the previous turn I needed a double crit and I didn't get one. I got a crit hammer.
No, I know.
Shield.
No, but on that one. Oh, so you didn't get double crit twice. So obviously, a dice.
I'm just saying the previous one I didn't get a double crit. Well, you were saying it was the only time, but it wasn't the only time.
It was the only result that would have saved you at that point in the game.
I say yes.
Double crit was the only result that you could have rolled
Yes.
to keep
but that
you
was
alive.
also the same on the previous one, which I didn't roll it.
Yes, but you only had 1 fighter left at that point. Whereas I don't think that was true before. Anyway.
No, because you killed the other fighter.
You still roll double bloody crits
But having
too
2
often.
fighters left is better than 1 fighter, so I'd rather rolled it first.
Possibly.
Because Brodus, the key attack actually was that first one. Because Brodus had all the stuff.
Ron Mark said, "Don't forget to drink water, Ron Pete. It seems hot. It is actually quite warm. I've turned the heater off already.
So if you hadn't
quite toasty.
If you hadn't killed Brodus, he probably would have destroyed you because I could have used the punishing blow as well."
So D Fresh says, "When deck building, is it still 20 power cards and 12 objective cards?
No,
minimum.
Oh,
like Nico says, minimum.
Rules, yeah.
But there are a lot of people taking 13 or 14,
13
or
power
even
cards.
15 objectives.
13 power cards is definitely becoming more common because
power cards?
I say people. I mean, I don't mean power cards.
No.
I mean objectives.
Yeah.
Because I think the surges are easier to score.
Surrounds go. Bye, Surround. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I think the objectives, the surge objectives, are particularly easy to score now, and you can mulligan.
I'm going to just disagree on that because I think I scored 2 of my surges the whole fucking game.
Oh, deck shit then.
I mean, last card in my deck was critical effort. Thanks for that fucking cards. Then I had get stuck in when you were sitting on that middle objective there, so I could never score that one.
Actually, to be fair, it may not be surge cards that are easy to score. I think generally cards are easy to score.
Yeah, especially for decks like Pillage and Plunder and stuff like that.
Yeah, Countdown to Cataclysm and Plunder have decks. You're like, oh, this is in my hand, so I'll score it.
Yeah, I think.
See you, John. John's off as well. Bye, John.
I can't remember where it was, but in one of the it might have been round 2. Like after the first action, I looked at my cards like, well, I've scored 2 of these already. I know I've scored them, and that's like several glory. So yeah, yes. So Annihilation. There were a few people taking and scoring Annihilation with some regularity. Nick took it with.
Did you take the Emberwatch?
I think he took the Emberwatch, but John Cha can tell us if not. But there were several people taking Annihilation and scoring it. I feel like
Chicken tonight.
The band, the biggest winner at the minute, I think, Zarbags, because they were first and second place.
Zarbags were first and second, so that's one thing to talk about before we go. And the other thing is Annihilation, which we are talking about right now.
Yeah. But I feel like obviously if you run Annihilation and you come up against Grimwatch or Zarbags, you're in trouble. Or Gardeners, because Gardeners need a minimum of 9 activations to kill them all because of their maximum 2 damage attack or anything like that.
Please put Garrick's versus Zandires. It's just probably not going to happen because neither of those are
legal. Tournament legal, anyway.
And to be honest, I've only been trying to focus on the new warbands, but because this caused such a stir, and I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Condemned, I thought I'd play them tonight.
They're nasty with the fact that you can't push them back if they haven't got move or charge tokens.
Yeah.
There was a point I didn't, and again, this is how the game works, but I feel bad for not doing it. You could have used your ability to stop me using, I can't remember what it was, Grievous or something, when I was attacking, or Cleave, when I was attacking Tavian or someone here and killed him.
Yeah.
And I realised afterwards that you could have done that.
Yeah,
I was like,
I completely forgot.
And that could have probably saved him because then I would have had Cleave.
Yeah.
And I only had 3 hammers versus your 2 shields, so I was unlikely to kill him.
Oops.
What was the other ability that you don't have?
Reps, the Punishing Blow. When I wanted to use that.
Oh, that's the +X dice for the round.
Borgits versus Emberwatch. Well, I don't mind playing Borgits. It's where the people play Emberwatch. He's got a Stormcaster version. I can play myself.
Here we go. Robin's going to play with himself live on stream. I mean, maybe Emberwatch might give him a try. There's not much difference between Emberwatch and a lot of the other elite punchy warbands. So we are thinking of trying to make more live content again. So
Slippy could play Emberwatch.
Oh, that's true. Yes. Okay. Yeah. We'll do that. Slippy.
Welcome, Slippy.
Slippy will come play Emberwatch.
And come play Emberwatch. Although I shall lose then, so that doesn't sound so good.
I feel like, and I keep saying that. I know. I need to stop saying that.
About Chicken tonight.
Annihilation feels like it's a mistake to take 99% of the time.
But if you hadn't taken it, you'd have just lost.
True, but if I hadn't taken that, I probably would have gone with a different deck build. I don't know. Because without that, this deck is, I think, 17 glory.
Right.
So without that, it's 12. Or it might be 9.
With that, it's
with that, it's 19 glory, because I always forget that other card counts as 0 in the count for that. But yeah, it would have been 14 if I hadn't had Annihilation, and I just wouldn't have. I say I wouldn't have entertained that as a deck idea. I think my other version with these guys, which had Rack and Ruin, was 14 glory as well. But then I built a lot of other decks, and I found I was getting to 17 glory only when I had something like Supremacy in there, or some other big 3 glory cards. It was like, it's not actually that much better.
Supremacy and Annihilation, unsurprisingly, are almost like polar opposites to each other, aren't they? Because Supremacy you want early. If Supremacy is at the bottom of your deck,
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble. Annihilation, you don't really want.
You want late.
You want late.
I picked up at the start, and then I had to redraw it.
Yeah, well, I picked it in the middle.
Yeah.
And I had Triad of the Tempered and Annihilation in my hand, but I couldn't score both of them at once. But I managed to get Triad of the Tempered off, which is have everybody tempered. Which that's why I had to attack.
Yeah.
And possibly that was a mistake because your leader is so devastating.
If you'd have taken him out instead of wounding the other guy, but he was a bit harder to kill.
He was because
he's got 2 dodge
he
still.
He was on guard. I don't know.
No, he wasn't on guard at that point because I was on the objective there after charging.
Right.
I think. But
no, because you charged Broders and killed him. I could have prior to that charged.
Yeah, sorry.
Charged you.
Yeah.
But you were on guard, so I was worried about just charging over there and then just standing. Basically just standing there.
I think every game so far I've got lots of movement shenanigans in this deck with the theory that he's going to blip around hitting people without having to waste a charge till later on in the game. I don't think I've managed to get that to happen in any game yet, because in this one you gave him a move token at the very first round, so I was like, so I had to use Illusory Fighter to move him to a spot.
This deck hasn't got Illusory Fighter in it, and interestingly, and I know why, because of the temperedness, it doesn't have Healing Potion. It still feels, fair play to him for coming third, because it feels really risky, these guys playing tempered, because you've got to get to score the tempered one, you've got to get all of them down to 3.
They've all got to take 2 wounds.
2 wounds, and so you're like, then they're one-shottable by a lot of things.
I guess his theory is that as long as you get it late game, they're probably lots of them are dead and dying anyway. And if you get it late game and they're not all dead and dying, then you've probably already won by quite a good margin.
You're probably going to score
anyway.
Annihilation.
Yes, that's true. And against a lot of warbands like Zarbags and stuff, you've only got to do a few of the enemy fighters in. The rest of them are all 2 wounds. You haven't got to worry about it.
I did score 19 glory, and I rolled well, but I did score 19 glory, and I haven't used the deck before, or the warband before, which was suggested it's quite efficient.
Yeah. Mine, I just found like I was getting the surges out in the wrong order. I got the surge for holding. I went first. I could have charged onto there and put a guard token on him because I had the card to give him a guard token, and I didn't have the surge card for holding all of the objectives in there. And when I did get that one out, you were already swarmed around this area, so every time I went near it, you were just like, nope, nope, nope. So yeah, it definitely didn't come out in the perfect order for me, but that's just how the game goes sometimes.
Yeah, I drew into a couple of surges I couldn't score.
Yeah,
towards the end. So
Robin got back to winning.
I lost.
Pete got to pick Gore Chosen.
I lost despite rolling a double crit at an opportune moment. It's terrible.
Gore Chosen, Blazing Assault and Sentinels. The problem I have with Blazing Assault and Sentinels, because I did build and try a Blazing Sentinels deck, and I played that I think earlier in the week against the Gardeners, or last week, sorry, against Gardeners, which is a game coming out on our Patreon, because all of our battle reports are going to be on Patreon for the most part, apart from these live ones. Mm-hmm. The problem I always find with that is you invariably find yourself at some point going, I want to charge him, but I need to run onto an objective to score supremacy. And it means you're really cutting down on your offensiveness because you're then...
Yeah, I think Sentinel... I played BA and Sentinels... No, I didn't. I played Sentinels and Cataclysm at the Grand Clash. So, but I did consider... But did... No, he played BA and...
Who?
Cataclysm as well, didn't he? Val.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Cataclysm is so strong. Sentinels, like Pete says, you end up saying, well, I need to charge, but I don't want to charge, especially when you've only got 3 fighters.
Yeah, and if they're jumping onto objectives, then you're proper stuffed quite a lot of the time.
Because at least the Jaws have an advantage that they can be very hard to push off because you've got the you can't push me off card.
Yeah,
ability, and
they've got 5 wounds, so they're like, you're not going to kill me quickly either.
Yeah, so. And they've got the snakes, whereas Gore Chosen haven't got that.
So I think if I were going Gore Chosen, I would definitely be picking BA, but I think, like John Char said, I pick either CC, which does feel a bit boring and predictive, or I'd go with Pillage and Plunder, because you can score loads of those without having to stay on objectives. You can
Pillage and Plunder, yeah.
You can get on one, flip it, and then go off and do some other stuff.
So Anglon says, which warbands were we using? So we've just finished with Condemners and the Headsman's Curse.
Yes, so I'm playing the Headsman's Curse, which is the ghostly
And
things
the Condemners.
with a ruddy great hammer. A hammer.
But learning is good. Never apologise for learning.
No. So that's the big lad. I have got these to assemble and paint at some point, I think. But
they're already assembled and painted. There's mine.
Oh, a bit see-through.
It's funny, isn't it? They are almost entirely opaque. Must have been a good
solid colour.
Good solid colour I used there with very little green in it.
What does Rob say? Just Strike is good. Isn't good? Just Strike isn't good.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
what's he saying?
I think he's saying you don't play like BA and RF, I think.
Oh, right. Yeah.
John really likes those. John Char really likes those.
Not going double aggro.
Yeah.
I think double aggro has
double
the problem.
aggro was good till they nerfed the aggro deck.
Oddly. But I think double aggro has the problem that it's got quite a low glory ceiling, which matters a lot more these days. Whereas in a best of three, you could just win 2 games by just clubbing your opponent to death. You don't have to worry too much.
The double aggro had much better because there were some higher glory scoring cards in the Reckless Fury deck.
Yeah, I haven't tried making a double aggro with these guys.
I don't think it's worth it.
No.
I mean, maybe if you're taking Annihilation, maybe that puts options on the table.
It's just the fact that most of the good cards to enable your biggest fighter to have a double charge moment aren't available.
Yeah, it has a
for
high
good
ceiling,
reason.
It doesn't work in a Gits meta.
Does it have a high ceiling?
Annihilation. Well, do you mean RF and BA, Slippy? I suppose you could.
Bath.
You can't. Bath.
Unless you take Annihilation.
Yeah, but then if, like he says in the Gits,
yeah,
I mean, you've basically got a hit.
Well, you've got to kill 9 of them, haven't you?
So you've only got 3 activations where you're not killing one.
Although I think it was John Char said that Nick scored Annihilation like 3 or 4 times, and several of those times was like against Gits. How do you manage that? That's amazing. But
they're pretty accurate, the Emberwatch.
Yeah, I guess you don't have to be really high damage for that situation.
Slippy was
18.
18. Well, that was with, I can't remember, was that with RF and
Barf?
Yes, it was. And you were barfing, weren't you?
Barf.
In Nemesis, which deck did you play with today, Pete?
I played with Blazing Assault, which is the green with the sort of weird fiery dragon thing on it, I think it is, and Countdown to Cataclysm, which, frankly, I took it because I thought it would be a good combo. And it's not a bad combo, I think, but it's just a really dull combo. There's like loads of people are going to take that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't find it dull.
Well, dull's maybe the wrong word. Predictable. I don't like picking decks that are like everyone takes these.
Yeah.
But so then my natural instinct is go, okay, I'll take Blazing Assault and I'll go with Edge of the Knife or something like that. Well, but it turns out that all my combinations suck, or it's just my dice. I don't know. I still really want to get some kind of AI tool. I don't think I did. I think it was a tie. I think. Yeah.
Still moaning.
See, this is the problem. I won that game and I'm still bitter about it.
Still moaning. I ran. So this deck, if you look on Battle Mallet, you can actually see the whole deck. It's Blazing Assault and Edge of the Knife. So, like I said at the beginning, it's a combination I never ever would have conceived of taking.
No.
Because I kind of. So I was going to talk about this actually. I'm not very imaginative when it comes to playing things, and I tend to make
positions.
I tend to make assumptions. No, I'm not very imaginative. That don't need to be. I take assumptions. I make assumptions like, Edge of the Knife is going to be rubbish with elite warbands. It's for Horde warbands. So it wouldn't even occur to me to look.
Which I think most people sort of do that.
Yeah, but the innovators of the game, like Dan, I guess, and Slippy's, I know likes to innovate. I just come along and then copy them. That's what I did today. So I don't know if you've looked on Battle Mallet, Rob. It's got all of the decks, lots and lots of what are they called? Nemesis decks. And then they're broken down by tournaments, so you can see the best ones at the Warhammer World Grand Clash, and you can now see the best ones from the Copenhagen Grand Clash. And this one was third. There were 2 Gitz decks, which are pretty standard, and then the third one was this one. Yeah, Edge of the Knife does work with Swarm Warbands, and it would never have occurred to me to look at it with not Swarm Warbands, but Dan did build something which is clearly efficient, because a moron like me can play it first go and get 19 glory, even though admittedly my dice probably had something to do with that.
Only a little bit, and you didn't score Annihilation, which is possibly, it's 19 glory, so 14 you didn't have vibe.
I do feel actually, I don't know whether Dan played any, probably didn't play any headsmans. Headsmans are quite suited to killing these, because you can almost pretty much one shot them.
If I can get Grievous onto the big lad, you can one shot him, but he's only 2 hammers, so you do need all the other stuff on him.
The thing is, but not only that, you can bring somebody back as well, because Annihilation is very hard to score against warbands that can bring people back. Yeah,
I'm never sure who to bring back out of Paul and the Condemner, the Scriptor. Because the Scriptor's got a range attack, so he can possibly be useful for other things, but he's only 1 damage, whereas Paul, you can put him up to 3 damage with 2 hammers, which means he can do a little bit of heavy lifting if you lose your big man.
It's easy to make an elite warband tempered. They are a ploy and an upgrade to make fire tempered, and all the fur fighter needs to get damage twice. Yeah, I kind of get that. Neither of those came out.
There's a question about the ploy, though, because the ploy says pick a fighter and they're tempered or something like that, but it doesn't say how long that lasts for. And in the rules, it does say that at the end of each round, you clear all their conditions off.
Oh, okay.
So it could be argued that you go, okay, everyone's tempered, or sorry, you play that card, you go, okay, he's tempered, and then you go, oh, but he's only tempered till the end of that round. So
I don't even know if that is in here, actually. Dark Horse is in here, which tempers them.
Anglon says he's no idea you could mix and match decks. He's been playing with the set decks. Set decks is a good way to start to learn the game. That's what's called the Rivals format. And you just pick a deck and you can play with it. What you can then do is for Nemesis, and sorry if I'm teaching grandma to suck eggs or anything, but with Nemesis you can take 2 decks, so you can take Blazing Assault and Countdown to Cataclysm or something, and you can take whichever cards you want from both those decks. You can have a maximum of 6 Surge cards, a minimum of 12 objectives overall, and then a minimum of 10 power cards and 10 upgrades, and that's a valid deck. You have to have as many upgrades as you have, at least as many upgrades as you have power cards. So you can't have 12 power cards and 10 upgrades. But that's it. So it is in the rule book. I'll right at the back of it. It does explain it probably much better than I've just explained it. But yeah, it's great. It's great for then starting to get your head around deck building and coming up with some fun combinations. And there are places like Battle Mallet and Underworld's DB. Do check out Underworld's DB, fantastic place to help build decks online without having to get all your cards out. You can just look through it all there. It's a fantastic website.
Check out Underworld's DB. And like I say, do have a look at Battle Mallet, because there's lots of Nemesis decks there, so you can sort of look and see which cards work well together. Because there are certain cards that appear in every deck. Anglo has found both sides excellent.
And as Rob says, the 4 decks that come in the Embergard box are all great, and that is true. I think the 4 decks that come in the box are all probably, at the minute, still like the most popular decks.
I think so, yeah. Well, yeah, they are, because the most popular combination at the moment is PP and CC, isn't it?
Yeah, PP, CC, but all of, I think,
Countdown to Cataclysm.
I can't remember where I saw it. There was a stat, and it showed like the top 5 deck combinations of them, in all the ones with Countdown to Cataclysm in, and one of the others, and then there was a couple of other ones. But yeah,
Tripwire says they've been playing mainly Rivals, but Nemesis always seems interesting. I think Nemesis is, it's really good. It's much better than the old deck building ways. The decks work quite nicely together. The problem with Rivals is there are just some cards normally that suck.
Like Annihilation.
Well, yeah, particularly in Rivals, because it's much harder to get the stuff you need to potentially to kill stuff. But there are cards like one of them, I can't remember what it is. Is it Careful Survey, where you have to make 2 move actions and be on objectives or something? Or
so you make a move, and then you have 2 fighters in enemy territory with move counters.
Yeah, I mean that just.
Like, who's going to take that? Especially as it's in with BA, which is like always be charging.
Yeah.
Oh no, I want to move.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
We'll try BA with CC.
That's what I've got. It's not a bad combination.
Yeah, it's pretty good, pretty solid.
Yeah, if you go on Battle Mallet, and I think Underworld's DB also has a list of rivals of Nemesis decks from tournaments on there as well, so you can see what's winning.
Yeah. I mean, as a general rule of thumb, and Pete, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like if you're playing an elite warband, you probably play BA with CC, it's pretty strong, and if you're playing a Horde warband, then PP and CC is pretty strong. And maybe Emberstone Sentinels and one of those two. Yeah,
one of them's going to be CC, and the other one's going to be either PP or Pillage and Plunder to flip stuff, or Emberstone Sentinels if you've got lots of movement shenanigans, I feel.
Yeah, or you're very good at staying on objectives.
Yeah.
That's about the only other thing. So, yeah. That was...
Rob says that in Portugal they play Rivals. Sunday will try Gore Chosen. I think Gore Chosen... After they got nerfed, a lot of people were like, okay, they're dead, so we'll move on to something else. But I think some people have gone, actually, they've still got some legs. And I think Slippy has been playing them in some games online, and he's been not doing bad with them either.
The John has said it's like Void Curse. No, sorry, John. I don't know if you can hear me, but I don't think the ploy to temper somebody's in here in the deck, unless I do occasionally not put cards in, but I can't find it, so I don't think it's in here. Then Pete, I did have a conversation the other day about how I didn't have healing potion in my deck, and I had literally already played it in the game.
But there's but I think maybe he didn't put it in there because that power card only lasts for that round, and possibly he's gone, actually no, that's nonsense. Rob says he's used to playing Grashrax, Despoilers, Rivals, PP. That works perfect. I mean, I'm hearing like all these older warbands like Grashrax and Garrix and stuff. I do sit and think we should do a Grand Alliance tournament at some point. Would be quite funky.
Just using the Grand Alliance.
Just using the Grand Alliance warbands.
If people paid me, I might do that.
Well, you don't play. I'm saying we should run a tournament.
Oh, we see. All friendly fighters are tempered in the next action step.
No, not that one.
No. I'm just looking. That was a ploy. Power from death. No.
Oh, he hasn't got power from death.
No, I don't think so.
I guess he's hoping this fight is not going to die very much. So, yeah, I don't know if anyone's got any specific questions or any particular comments or observances from the tournament at the Copenhagen. I mean, there were some mental scores there. Like, and I know we've scored like 8, 19 and 20 or something like that, but there were people there scoring like 26, 27 glory.
Running right. Play this immediately after a tempered friendly fighter. Successful attack. Pick another friendly fighter. That fighter is tempered.
Yeah. I guess it needs an FAQ/errata to say how long does that last.
Because
it specifically says in the rules that at the end of the round, any states or whatever they call it, I can't remember, but it says that they are all cleared.
I see, whereas the 2 or less ones would just come back again.
Yeah, exactly.
If you cleared them down, they come back again.
Exactly.
Okay, I see that, yeah.
So I think that needs an FAQ/errata.
I'm discussing the deck with Dan on Thursday. Well, don't tell him I play if he hasn't seen it, because it'll be embarrassing.
Do the tournaments at Warhammer World and all that require qualifiers? No. And we have
require you get in the queue first.
And we have a tournament running.
I don't know where you are, Anglon, but if you are in the southeast.
Yeah, southeast of England. If you can get to Gatwick Airport at the southeast of England, if you happen to be abroad and you want to fly over.
Texas.
Maybe not.
We are near the airport, but yeah, okay, that's going to be tricky.
The only one that does have qualifiers is the Worlds event, which you need to have a golden ticket for, which you can only get if you... Yeehaw! Which you can only get if you win a golden ticket at another event. However, some of those events might have very few people at them. So
yeah, Adepticon's got an event, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Coming up.
I wonder how many people are going to be to that one, because there was one in Vegas, wasn't there? There was the Vegas one that had like 16 people at it or something like that. They only require payment. Yeah, for the most part, all just payment apart from the Worlds event, which needs a gold ticket for. So Anglon, you are in the same country as same state as Amman, and I realised that Texas is fucking huge compared to like England, but Amman, who was the previous world champion, is in Texas as well, I believe.
LVO, yes, the
it
LVO.
Was LVO. Yeah.
Robin, keep strong. Hopefully, get a little better with your maiden. Not doing marriage guidance now.
Maiden.
I don't know. With Gwyn, my friend Gwyn. I was on a bit of a good winning streak, so I'm not, and I only lost that by 1 glory, so I'm not too sad.
Goblin Twink says he still hasn't tried this new edition. He's still selling buyer's remorse. I mean, I can understand that. Yeah,
the last edition.
There was a lot of cards that are no longer valid, but I feel like at some point, because if you were playing it remotely competitively before, there was already hundreds of pounds worth that you couldn't use anyway in all the cards, because you only had like the last couple of seasons worth. So there were loads of cards you couldn't use anyway, and loads of boards you couldn't use anyway. But I feel like it did need a reset.
They talk about Amman at the shops he goes to.
Well, there you go. He's moved on now, hasn't he?
I don't know how much he plays now.
He played in the last World, but I think it's because he had a gold ticket, but he didn't place high enough to get a gold ticket for next time, so I suspect he won't be back again, because he hadn't really played.
He plays Shatterpoint now.
Yeah, he's mostly Shatterpoint.
And I think he plays some Star Wars Unlimited, I think I've seen him doing. Tripwire is only 4 hours. It's only 4 hours. The LVO is only 4 hours from you. That's quite funny. That's like almost a whole country away here.
It is a whole country away.
But also,
it's literally in a different country.
No. 4 hours.
Oh, I see.
4 hours. It's
yes. Yeah. I mean, that gets into a fair chunk of Europe, wouldn't it? 4 hours. It's much easier internally in the US as well to get a flight, I would expect, than it is to go
drive on the empty road where they're busy.
I would say, Goblin Twink, to give the new game a go. I still think it's worth it, and I know you're like, oh, but I've got to buy a new box. But you can get away with just buying the Embergard box, and that gives you everything you need, boards, cards, and everything to have some good games. So, and you can use a lot of your old warbands as well.
Yes. I mean, if you really didn't want to commit and you've got old stuff, then you could even print some proxies.
Yeah, there's
try it out. And then,
excuse me. There's the guy on Reddit who's put all the cards in there to print and stuff.
I mean, I actually meant all of it. You could just print out the cards and make proxies, sleeve them, and just play a couple of games if you didn't want to commit. Rob
says he's starting Embergard in Portugal and joining more players. Maybe travel to your event. Yeah, come along. We're only Gatwick. It's not very far from Portugal. And it's not very far from Gatwick Airport. And we've currently got 34 tickets sold, and there is a golden ticket. So there is a chance to get a gold ticket to the World's event. Goblin's got the box.
Okay, well, just do it.
Just staring at it bitterly. Stupid game.
Just open it and find somebody to play. You do need somebody to play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can play some tester games on your own stuff.
And you can play on TTS, of course, Tabletop Simulator.
Angler says, are they planning on making cards for the old warbands? So this is a bit confusing. They re-released 4 boxes of 4 warbands. So there are 16 warbands that are like official, like Iron Souls and Headsmans. So they're the 16 that you can.
They're in it, are they?
Iron Souls? No. I'll come on to those. Sorry, yeah. Sorry. So the Headsmans are in the box 16.
They're up there, actually.
So that's 16 warbands that they did come out with official rules for. There are also 13 warbands that were brought back, and you can download them online, which are Iron Souls, and it was basically anything that come out in the last year before they released Embergard. So there's another 13 warbands that you can print from the Warhammer website if you go to the download section of Warhammer Community.
These for us.
Yeah, they are really nice. But you can go on Reddit, and there's a guy on there called R Heaven, I think his name is, on the subreddit for Underworlds, that's done all the cards in easy to print online formats. So you can get, I think it's access to about 30 odd warbands, including the brand new ones, the 5 brand new warbands that come out. There's about 30 odd warbands now that you can use at official events, and they have done rules online again free for all the other warbands, but they're not competitive.
No, you can't use them competitive, and they're basically just generic, so it's not a single. There isn't like a. If you had just Grashrax Despoilers, I saw somebody mentioning, you have to use the Grand Alliance for Chaos. There's a choice of 2.
Yeah.
So you can still play, but you can't use them officially in events. Though some people, and I think there was one in Copenhagen, a pre-event at the Copenhagen thing. They did a legacy warband.
I do fancy running a Grand Alliance tournament at some point, but I suspect you can't. I don't know if there's any guidance on whether you can't run that if you want to have a golden ticket.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Probably not, but...
No, I mean, I wouldn't have thought you could. I wouldn't have thought there's guidance.
No, I wouldn't have thought you could run it, but it is tempting to run a Grand Alliance event and see some really old warbands appear again.
But I suppose it will be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be good to see everybody. It's going
to be fun anyway to see everybody. But it'd just be fun to see a lot of the older warbands like Grashrax and Garrix and
this event that we're talking, our next event is on the 5th of April, so the weekend after next.
I did post a link to the Eventbrite.
But there will be another one in the summer, I think.
I did right at the very top of this. Just realised that we might not have been seeing all of the comments from people.
Oh no.
Because we didn't. Because YouTube and it's stupid. Don't show me all the things.
Alberto, I don't remember seeing Alberto's good game. Aaron Melpos. I didn't see that either.
No.
Who says Blazing Assault with a low groovy ceiling? Ha ha. Yeah, I think that was missing, Aaron. Sorry, we missed that.
He's already gone. He's like, they're ignoring me. Fuck them.
Okay.
They're dead to me. So it looks like live chat. You can only see certain ones. Yeah, it's a bloody top chat thing. So apologies to anyone who we haven't ignored you. It's YouTube being shit.
Well, we have ignored you, but not deliberately.
Yeah. I kind of feel like it's not ignoring them if we didn't know they said it.
Hoping for a new edition of Warcry.
Oh, Rob saw the announcement on Facebook.
Okay,
So it's the 5th of April. But if you follow it on Facebook, there's a link there to it. I don't know what's going on with Warcry. I think there's been no announcement at it at the upcoming thing on Thursday. It's not on their list of systems they're going to talk about. I think they're only talking about 4 of their systems. I think they're all the main ones.
They don't really, when they drop something, they don't really mention it, do they?
No.
Or if they're going to do something different to it, they don't mention that either.
It's quite disrespectful, really.
But like, surprise!
I guess it makes sense for them because they're like, why would we tell people we're going to stop selling something? They might buy something
also,
between now and then.
Them, they have to deal with all the fallout. If you just never say anything, you never have to.
Yeah. Now, personally, I think that they should be completely upfront. But that means that when they were bringing out Wintermore last year, they would have said, you can buy Wintermore, but it's going to go in about 9 months. Second edition, and then Wintermore sales would have just gone
much
through the floor.
To ghost people.
Yeah, basically.
Literally, in the case of the Hesmond.
Yeah, it's a bit sucky, but given they have shareholders who are going to be like, why are you tanking your own sales? They're not really going to accept Games Workshop sitting there going, yeah, but it's just nicer, isn't it? I mean, I don't give a shit. You're fucking my pension up. Yeah, I would like to see Warcry reignited, but I'm not sure if that will be or not.
It's very kind of you, Rob.
I wonder if Warcry has fallen victim to the fact that it's kind of like an in-between game. It's never felt like it's had the same kind of support as Kill Team. It kind of feels like a very light system, and then Underworlds is kind of like the other.
I suspect that it doesn't make enough money to require the extra development team to run it.
Which is funny because for a while it used to just be a case of you can use anything you've got. You know, you've got Underworlds models, you can use them. You've got an army, you can take models from that and stuff like that. But I guess that's not generating them income, is it?
No.
And then they started doing the specific warbands for a little while, like they did those hunters, the Sigmar guys with the hunting dogs and those trolls.
I haven't really played it for a really, really long time. We were almost going to get back into it, and then this came out, and we've focused heavily on this.
Mostly because we know we just never have the time to do anything else.
Yeah. This is our sweet spot.
Yeah, we're just not quite shit enough that we can get away with playing this and look partially.
Sean says Kill Team hurts his brain. Yeah, we tried Kill Team, and I really, really, really want it to be good because I love the models. I love the new models for the new box that was pre-ordered this weekend.
I even like a lot of the the functionality of it, like how you attack and stuff like that.
But
it's the fact that every model's got its own set of special rules.
It just drives me potty. What I really, really want is even card-based Kill Team would be quite good with just a card. You know, I suppose it is card-based, but literally like this, and just like, okay, well, this does this. And
what we want Fire Team, basically, which was the hex-based 40k game. Yeah, Fire Team was fantastic. You're very welcome, Rob. Thank you for your kind words. That always helps make us more enthusiastic about continuing with the channel. Sometimes we definitely have some downer moments where we think, what's the point of it all? So I'm just going to end it now. Just going to hang myself with the mouth. But yeah, it's always nice to have people say nice things. It always keeps us going.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Gets me going.
Yes, anyway, we better go before we get going too far.
I do wish that Kill Team was simpler, because I don't think it gains a lot from being more complex. I feel like if it was simpler, it would be better.
Yeah,
you would spend less time.
I don't know what the rationale behind it is. I know some people love it, and they would hate it to be dumbed down.
I suspect a lot of people love it who love the crunchiness of the rules. So when they're playing a game, they can measure it really specifically and go, right, this model's here, which means you can't see him at all because of the way the cover rules work. And we're like, oh, fuck, I can see him. He's right there. I'm just going to move over this way and shoot him. Can I move here and shoot him? And we just go, yeah, probably, yeah, makes sense, fucking do it. We're like the least... I think Kill Team needs that competitiveness to really make...
I think the problem with it is it would be great on hexes, but then you couldn't have the different elevations.
You could. You just have to have...
Yeah, but it wouldn't look as good, would it?
Possibly not.
I don't think it would look as good. I'd like hex space. I mean, I would love... Well, they would never run both, as we've discussed before, but a 40k version of Underworlds, I think I'd really... Just because... It's not the best bit, but one of the best things about Underworlds is the models. And if you had some sort of 40k setting... Somebody
had done it on Reddit. They had just taken the cards and they'd replaced, I think it was either these guys or another Stormcast woman, and they replaced it with the Terminator, the Dark Angel Terminators. It looked fucking amazing. Yeah. And there's literally hardly no difference apart from the fact that it's a Terminator on there.
We talked about doing that. That's one of our many things we talked about and never did.
Yeah, I was tempted for a little while of doing like the Nurgle Terminators to replace Wormspat. And then something for like Space Marines for some Stormcast or something like that. It would look phenomenal, but it just is what it is. Can't do anything about it. Hopefully we haven't killed it all off and everyone's left and stopped talking now, and it's not because I've picked the wrong thing.
Digressed.
We have digressed. But we were talking, and I don't know if there's enough people here who care about this chat. We were talking in the Discord, for the Patreon Discord, about what people want. I think mostly people aren't too fussed about getting another Warband at the minute.
I see, yes.
They're after either a new deck. It wasn't
a life question, it was a Warband question.
Underworld one. It was more like people aren't so interested in Warbands. They're after more decks and just more clarifications and some balancing to make some of the decks less appealing over others.
Yeah, I think the feeling a lot of our patrons was that there are already 30 plus warbands you can play.
There's plenty of warbands.
So we don't need more warbands. We want more ways to play them. The problem is that GW won't sell those. They sell miniatures.
Yeah.
So they're always going to do more warbands because that's what they make miniatures, and so the development. I don't know how much. I guess there's probably more development in a miniature set, a box of miniatures, than there is in a box of cards. But they certainly make more money, I think, on the miniatures.
Well, I think because a lot of people buy the warbands just for the models, either for painting or for Warcry or for proxying or stuff like that.
As soon as we're going down the garden path and Flights of Fancy, what I would really like is a totally new game based on something like, when we played a long time ago now, we played Undaunted, the deck building, like the physical deck, the deck building you build in the game. So it was an Osprey game, it was a World War II game.
Oh yes,
I would love a 40k version of that, of something like that.
Because they did a space.
They have, and I have got it, and I haven't played it. But if Games Workshop basically stole the mechanics, because board game mechanics you can't copyright them.
Yeah, not really.
They stole the mechanics and built a kind of deck building thing like that, but had it represented on the board by individual
little models,
individual Underworld style miniatures. So it wasn't an Underworld game. It was card based and had just like 2 or 3, 4 or 5 models. That would be brilliant. Get on that.
Even if you scaled them down and made them like little regiments.
Yeah, that would be cool too. I mean, a bit like Undaunted, they are individual fighters.
Yes, yeah. So, well, not all of them are they? In Undaunted, you get like there's like platoons of riflemen and stuff like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Although there are like you get cards like for lieutenants and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
But I think there's like the riflemen.
It's a long time ago since we played.
But you could do that really easily with slightly smaller models and stuff like that, and it would be a bit like Imperialis.
Yeah.
You could have like some.
That would almost be just as good.
In fact, that's what they do, is like Imperialis but on hexes. Yeah. But with like a card.
Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Come on, GW. Everyone's sitting there going, just shut up and play Underworlds. But I do love Underworlds, and
I do too. And I would like another game that was similar, but not the same.
I suspect that's something GW never do.
No, I know exactly.
They'll be like, it's too similar.
Yeah.
It's too much Venn diagram crossover, so therefore
I agree.
we're out.
I would like something that was similar but different. There you go. That's nothing. That's very vague.
Come on, GW. Why can't you make something based off of that little
Nothing else.
specification?
I mean, maybe it's impossible because I have tried other games, but nothing else quite hits the spot for me.
Yeah. Most other games don't have all the things Underworlds have going for it. I know that some people, and Uncle Atom from
New Spearhead board and cards coming to Adepticon. Is that? Oh yes, a Spearhead. I'll get Spearhead and Warcry model up in my
Is
head.
that a definite, Nico, or is that your prediction? New Spearhead board and cards coming to... We have said that a new Spearhead board and cards would be nice for Spearhead, but we've also... The problem with Spearhead, I think it's a fantastic game, and it's great for people who haven't got the time for AOS, but you still need the time to paint all the models. I know you don't need to, and like 10-year-old me would be like, fuck that, I'm just going to stick a load of models together and play with them.
Just going to use
Like,
cutouts.
play great, yeah, exactly. But you kind of do want to have it all painted, and then you are going to end up with a lot of models. Strong rumours,
I
says
do
Nico.
like the. I did like the game, but it isn't as good as Underworld, and therein lies the rub.
I think with the problem with it is, and we've said this before, is in this game you'll roll like 2 or 3 dice, and it matters. Whereas in that game you're like, okay, I'm going to roll 40 dice. Poosh, all right, now I'm going to re-roll 20 of those dice. Poosh, and then 5 of those dice. Poosh, okay, and then you've got to make 3 saves. Oh, you've saved 2 of them. That's 1 wound. That's 1 model slightly more injured out of the 5.
And you bought them back.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a bit more attrition. It's definitely faster than
Oh yeah,
than
I did
AOS,
enjoy our games. I did enjoy our games, but they were less meaningful, as I said before. I should have done that video's come out yet, but every activation is meaningful.
Counts.
Yeah,
It definitely does feel like that.
Nico's the same.
I think the thing with it is, yeah, Anglon says fewer dice. Yeah, fewer dice. I know that Uncle Atom doesn't like them, but I like dice that have the symbols on. I've always liked games where you have the symbols on the dice because they can do stuff with that you can't do with a regular D6. And I know people say, oh, you can. You just have to say...
But it's easier.
It's easier with this because it's a bit rubbish if you suddenly have a thing going, okay, I'm rolling a dice and 1s, 2s, 5s here, 6s you can't stop. And oh yeah, but 3s, 4s and 2s for me are a success and a 1 will cancel out one of your 4s and like, fuck off. Just roll a dice. Oh look, it's a sword, that's not a hit, whatever. So I like that element of it, but I like the deck building element now much more. I didn't like it in Championship so much, but I like what it's at now. It's a bit simpler, but it's still got enough challenge and it's got models. The minute that you take the models out of any game, I'm out. John Cha says, we need to promote the game more so it's more popular than 40k. Good luck.
That would be good. I'd settle for as popular as AOS. So,
yeah. I'd settle for almost as popular as Blood Bowl, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know how popular is Blood Bowl. I guess Blood Bowl's got a real large, die-hard community.
It's got a huge
rarely comes out of its cellar.
Yeah, but they have much bigger like national events and stuff like that, whereas GW still don't seem to get really large. No. Even the Warhammer Clash, the Underworld's Clash was only 100 I say only 120 odd people, but it was only 120 odd people. And that was for a gold ticket that got you full flights and board to the Worlds event. So it's not big. It's definitely not very big.
Blood Bowl isn't getting... No, Blood Bowl never has really got any much love. They occasionally bring it out.
Blood Bowl, they'll bring out a new version, or they bring out a team or a star player or things like that. They've got lots.
Dropping off.
Seriously, mate. See you next Tuesday, hopefully.
Yeah. Nothing really planned at Adepticon, no.
Blood Bowl just does seem to be one of those games that will continue on forever even when GW has folded. And I think it's because it's quite a unique... When it was first brought out, there weren't many games like that.
No. And I think you've kind of... It's self-contained as well, isn't it? Like Underworld will stop because part of the thing of Underworld is the new warbands and the new decks, and they change the game.
Yeah.
Whereas Blood Bowl has been preserved in... I know they have brought out new stuff, but it's more or less been preserved in Aspic. Each edition gets slightly changing rules, but you just use the teams and then you just play them, and they play the same way. They don't keep changing it. So it can carry on with people. And this would be stale very quickly if no new cards were created.
Yeah, because the cards are such a big aspect of it.
The warbands, arguably not. But if there were no new cards coming, then it would people would lose interest.
It's funny, isn't it? It is that fact that the cards play such a bigger part in the game that it will stale much more quickly than, say, Blood Bowl, where you can buy a few teams and you can have all the different arrangements and the star players and stuff, and that you've got much more option there, which is weird. I never really thought about it like that. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is that's different about it. Maybe it's just the player that plays it.
Maybe it's just that American football is inherently boring, and that's why people keep playing Blood Bowl and like American football.
I mean,
or indeed football.
I used to love Blood Bowl, but I remember the game we played of it, and I played a couple of games against my mate Ben in times past after that. But it did take so long to play.
It took us about 4 hours to do a half. Now, admittedly, we didn't know it was our first time, but yeah.
It took a long time to play that.
But I have never liked it. I had it first edition with the cardboard standees. I didn't like it then. I've never liked it.
That was the game that I had when I was 12 years old, and me and my cousins and my mate Ben were playing. That was the first game we really got into from Games Workshop. We had stuff before, but we never really played Warhammer or AOE 40k properly. Blood Bowl was the first proper game that we kind of got into.
I played Warhammer. I also played Dark Future. Do you remember Dark Future? That was the game I played when I was 12.
Yeah,
and we made up rules for it.
Yeah,
and
I remember
made little smoke, because you could have smoke canisters. I made little out of cotton wool. I made little smoke things. It was just.
Whenever I tried to make like the smoke things, they would paint them like the black for and the red at the base. Mine always looked like shit when I tried to paint them.
Mine looked like shit too.
I don't know how they managed to make it look so much nicer.
We could have an argument now, Pete. Well, maybe not an argument. What's our opinion on the Gundam Assemble? An article said the rules were inspired by Underworld. Pete's opinion is that it's rubbish and he doesn't want to play. My opinion is I'd give it a go.
My personal opinion is I've never liked.
Sorry, rubbish is the wrong word.
I've never liked the aesthetic of Gundam. Or
mind you, don't like Tau.
Or manga. Don't like Tau. They're just like this other thing you don't like. Why don't you like that? I've never liked the sort of the manga aesthetic. I've never liked even the Pokemon cartoons. I've really never liked those, and my youngest used to watch them loads. I've never liked the manga look, and I know it's a big thing and it's massive. It's just not something I've been fully indoctrinated into the GW.
That is true. He doesn't really get out of his GW box.
No. I mean, I'll be interested to see the rules. We did try the Harry Potter one, which was okay.
Yeah.
And it had some funky
Blood Bowl 7's quicker game. Yeah, I've played that. Blitz Bowl's an even faster game.
Blitz Bowl's much better.
I really like Blitz Bowl. I quite like the aesthetic, and particularly for Gundam, particularly because you only have 2 or 3 models.
I quite like
it. I would definitely give it a go. I did try to contact the company, but they just haven't replied. So I might try. I think I tried the UK arm. I might try more generally.
Like with the Harry Potter game, I'll be happy to give it a bash. I don't think it's going to replace Underworlds for me.
No, I mean, if we discovered that it had a really big following and loads of Gundam people were playing it and really enjoying it, and they watched our channel and gave us thumbs up, I think we'd probably change our minds.
No,
make us more right. Do you not think so?
No,
because I think that's part of it. Part of having, because you lot are lovely. Part of it is having the engagement of fans who are interested in it.
Yes, that helps a considerable amount.
Yeah.
But I still want to actually like the models I'm looking at.
But also, I think
models are a big part of it.
Would a lot depend on how the game played as well.
A large amount would depend on the gameplay, but if it was literally like Underworlds but with Gundam models, I'd be out, because Gundam.
Well, there you go. It's not happening.
I just saying about the models. I
have to get other people to play. We have got a few people in our patrons who like Gundam. So
put none oil and you like them.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
You can do conversions. You can do 40k conversions.
Just get Dreadnought. There we go.
Yeah, get 40k models and do the same.
I don't know what it is about it. I look at the models and they do not stir my loins at all. Whereas almost every warband that comes out, I'm like, I really like this model, I really like that model. Even if it's like a warband I'm never going to play.
So I could even from Mantic, Pete hated the models and therefore it was very difficult to get him to play the game. But the game was quite good.
The game was all right.
The game was quite good. I liked the game.
I didn't mind it. I liked that you had the zones that you moved through and stuff like that. There were a few bits I remember when we were playing it, the rules were like, this doesn't make any sense at all. Probably with more games that would be clearer and easier to play. But the models for me on that one, because they had like Space Skaven, that should be like my wet dream, but the models sucked so badly. Just was not a fan. And I remember us having an argument with some people about, oh no, the models are just as good as Games Workshop. They're really not.
No,
they're
you
really,
are quite
really
vociferous about it, though, more so than me.
They were bad.
They weren't as good. They weren't. Okay.
They kind of really showed. They look like
You
20,
love
25.
GW, and I get that.
They look 20, 25-year-old
They are the best.
versions.
They are the best models. Anglon says the new one, the Gundam game's not out yet. No, it's not out yet. I think it's out till next year, but I thought I'd try and get in with the PR people and see whether they get them send us a box. But
because we did when they did the Kickstart for Harry Potter.
Yeah, but I
they
think
sent
they're
stuff.
much smaller than Gundam, I think, company.
Oh, Gundam are gigantic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
they're
think-
gigantic.
Yeah.
The thing for me, I think in a lot of it is, sorry, is it's got to be an active scene as well. Like, especially like the
Yes,
Harry Potter thing.
yeah.
They release it, blah, here's loads of stuff. We're never talking about it ever again.
Yeah, and I think the Gundam will be.
Yeah, probably
Whether
will
it will
be.
have an active scene in the UK, it's hard to say. It's hard to imagine people turning up at clubs and playing it. But maybe I'm wrong.
But yeah, I guess it depends on...
I never go to a club, so I have absolutely no idea what happens. Because
Yeah.
they're doing a Gundam TCG as well, aren't they? I think, or there is one already. They are, what's the word? Expanding the game range, I believe. But we've just never been able to pick anything else up. We've tried a few different things, and we've just it's never gelled.
Everything we've tried, always has something like, if it's AOS or 40k, that has the obvious problem that it's too complex. Kill Team, too complex for our tiny brains. There was a few other games we played. There was like that futuristic sports game that had hexes.
Yeah.
And again, that was just like...
romantic. We tried one, we tried two. We tried the Aristea, that was a long time ago.
Aristea, yeah.
That was really complicated. And then we tried the Mantic one, which was quite good fun. But again, nobody plays it. So it's like...
The problem with things like Aristea as well is because I know nothing about any of it,
Yeah.
I really feel like someone's granddad going, oh, who's this little man with a red head then? He looks dangerous. And I just feel like
tried God Tier, which was a good game.
God Tier
But
wasn't
again,
bad.
I think God Tier was the victim of its time because it was COVID times.
Yeah.
And it never got a chance to get off. But again, the models...
The models were all right, but they had the problem that they all came pre-assembled, so they were slightly bendy plastic.
Overdrive, that's what it's called.
Overdrive, yes. Overdrive was all right, but again, it's not a big... If it's not Games Workshop, you're going to get almost no views on YouTube for it. And part of what we play stuff for is to do stuff for YouTube because we have so little time. Anything we do has got to go towards the channel.
Which is why I thought maybe if the Gundam game had some hits, then we might play it. If it was a good game.
Possibly. We did have we did that small period of time where we played a little bit of Warcry, and that did all right for a while, but that quickly petered off again as well because we didn't play it competitively.
No.
And I think that's
Which
where
we'll probably never do.
No, and that's where it kind of always goes to pot because we're not competitive. So
Right, should we wrap up?
Wrap. What's time?
Quarter
to 11. It's probably time we sorted off now.
Bed.
A couple of hours. Thank you everybody this evening for joining us and liking if you have, and don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and click that like button if you haven't already. We do try and make stuff for beginners as well, so if you do have any questions, you're still with us and you've got any questions, do post them.
Yeah, or
and
if
we
you
will
watch
do our
after the
best.
event, do put questions in the comments, and we will do our best to answer them. Go on.
No, go on after you.
I love you.
I love you too.
No, we're going to try and do these every other week.
Probably every other week.
Because we have club nights alternate weeks, mostly in Red Hill, which if you are local, do consider coming along. And then on the other, so the weeks we're not meeting at the club, we will do a live stream. And then we will also do extra battle reports for our patrons.
Yep. We'll be doing those as well and sticking them on our Patreon.
And
so
of
do
course,
try out.
assuming GW keeps sending us new stuff, we will keep reviewing that as and when it arrives.
Yes, that won't go on Patreon because we're not allowed to.
No.
Because they tell us off. So yeah, we will be.
We should stream our tournament. Yeah, we have considered that, but we need a third person to run the tournament or help run the tournament.
Yeah,
it's
because you need two people to stream the tournament. I feel to do a proper commentary of it. So if we're both streaming it, we can't run it. So we need somebody else to then run it and do all of the regular stuff, which is helping people answering questions and stuff. Use AI. I want to train an AI tool to go through all our battle reports and look and just capture all of our dice stats, just to see just how many bloody crits you've rolled. Because I know how many double crits I've rolled over the years. It's not a lot. And you seem to roll it every week.
Every week I get a double crit.
Bastard. And sometimes triple crits.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever rolled a triple crit. I may have once.
Although it was quite funny, because in the old game with the 4 roll-offs, I never ever rolled a 4 crit roll-off.
And I think I did once.
You did more than once. And I never did.
On the roll-off, the most useless roll in the whole game.
Yeah, but I never did. I saved mine for when it mattered.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my double crit hit is way too high.
So high. So high. And, Nico, I did swap my dice out tonight for other dice, so it just shows that does not matter at all.
Still one, though.
I'm not bringing my dice.
A 5 crit attack. Nice.
5 crits. With Grib, of all the people.
Who's Grib?
Isn't Grib the Wonky Lance? The guy on the squig?
Yeah, okay.
Nicely done.
That is impressive.
I'm not bringing my tournament dice in here because they'll just get skewed, and they seem to do all right for me when I'm playing in tournaments. So I don't want them to be exposed. Another player made against McGrew. No.
So that 2-5 dice attack, 2-5 crit attacks in the same tournament. That's
ouch.
That's impressive.
I don't know what the odds of that are. Yeah. Chances are like 0. I think they're higher than 0.
I of course rolled 5 1s at Warhammer World when we went many years ago.
Yeah.
And that's ever since then it's been fine.
I remember we played AOS once, and you were like, I've got 5 attacks with my Bretonian Lord.
That was it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I rolled 5 1s.
5 1s like
I rolled 5 1s. I don't think the magic dice come back in, and I have to say, I don't miss them at all.
No,
it works just fine without them.
It just added a level of confusion to the game. I think magic dice. It was just like
they had a waste. It's just more stuff they needed to make. I think you can tell that there were some not cost savings, but some of the design choices were made to reduce the amount of stuff needed in the box, and you could argue that was to reduce cost.
Yeah, number of objective tokens. You only have 5 now.
Also, looking on the bright side, it also reduces the environmental impact of just more dice that are barely used.
Yeah, the tokens are more efficient because they're double-sided now. The treasure tokens, you only have 5 of them. There's no cover hexes or anything like that to put around. It did cut down on a lot of excess. So
and there was a lot of excess with the 2 boxes.
Yeah, 2 boxes a year was ridiculous. Whereas this one, maybe we're not going to get another one for another 2 years yet.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I kind of like, I want one annually. I don't want one every 6 months, but I do want one annually.
Yeah. But I think there's quite a difference between going from 2 every year to 1 every 3 years.
There's a massive difference.
That's quite a chop down.
A massive difference.
And we don't know that that's the case.
No.
We might get to October time and GW might go, no, we're moving on to wherever else is next to Embergard.
And actually, I'd say I don't want any. Because I don't care about the board. I don't need more boards. I don't need a new board. I know some people love a new board. I don't care about the board. I'm happy to play on this board forever. And I just want warbands. So I would be happy with warbands and
I wouldn't mind an alternate art just to change things up every now and then. But
no, not interested. I'd rather have alternate positions than alternate art. Alternate art is entirely pointless.
Well, I mean, I kind of assumed that the positions would change if we had alternate artwork as well.
Oh, I see.
So just an alternate.
That's a different board then.
Okay. Well, it's kind of
we're going to go and have an argument now.
Not a different board because it'll still be the same layout of the size of it. But yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having a whole new setup with some new art.
They're not going to completely change the playing area.
No, probably not.
Although they could do, couldn't they? Bizarre. I hadn't really thought about it.
Have like whole sections where.
Well, they could just have like a slightly, and then you choose which one you bring, and then you could actually have a slightly longer, fatter one. Well, yeah.
You could just take these 3 hexes off the sides and put them on the ends here or something, just to make it a little.
What about a multiplayer board?
Yeah, multiplayer, something they said they were going to do, and then they've kind of, I think, hoped that everyone has forgotten about it.
Getting tired of belligerent. I don't really care about a multiplayer board. That said, I've never played multiplayer. The only time we played multiplayer was we played with the Arena Mortis And
that was
it just went
online.
on and on and on. And
That
on.
was online as well. That was on
during
tabletop.
The COVID days.
On TTS.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't really like games. 2v2 would be okay. I don't really like games where it can be end up being 2-on-1.
Yeah, it could be a bit of a feel bad moment, but
Rob's never been seen. He's tired of belligerent as well.
Yeah, I've it's just one of those things we've only ever played against each other, and it's I think it's because multiplayer is so much more casual.
Yeah.
Whereas even when you're having a casual 1v1 game, there's always chance to practice a deck or test out something.
Even when we
built.
go to the club night, and sometimes there's an odd number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even then, I'd rather sit and watch somebody play.
Yeah.
Than play a three game.
Yeah, and if there's more than two of you, there's a whole plethora of other cool games you could play that you don't normally get the chance to because most of the time there's only two of you. Yeah. In fact, maybe we should do it next time. If there's just take something along to the club. If there's like,
I'd take Undaunted. I think that's two. No, it might be two. That might only be two player. Right. I'm sure I've got more games. We won't go into what I might take to club night. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time, all being well.
Yeah, well, yes, we'll see on here that we'll have done our tournament by then, won't we?
We will, yes. So if you are in the Red Hill area...
will we be here in 2 weeks' time? Because isn't that your birthday?
Oh, it is my birthday.
So we might be a little bit later.
9th. Yes, it's my birthday.
Yeah, so it might be another day. But we will post it online and let you guys know what's going on.
Yes, I was just going to say, if you are in Red Hill and you haven't got a ticket yet, or near Red Hill and you want to come along, it is very beginner friendly. We've got a few people who have barely played Embergard coming along, I know that. So do come along and join. If you are in Texas or Portugal, do consider flying in.
Yeah, definitely worth it. There is a gold ticket on the line, so you never know.
Yeah.
So we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us, and keep on underworldsing.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone. Bye.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, this is awkward now, isn't it? Goodbye.